Hi, I'm Ian, and thank you so much for being part of this Toastmasters Plus meeting. It's going to be done in the style of Pecha Kucha. So, what is Pecha Kucha? It's a form of which comes from Japan. It's a style of presenting using PowerPoint. So you use 20 slides, no more, no less, and each slide will automatically transition at 20 seconds. Okay, so they're on a timer. This means that your speech will last for exactly, it says here, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. That's the idea. Don't worry, this will all be set up for you. There'll be a template which has the timings on it, and I will double check and make sure that that all works before we set off. The rest of the meeting will also be done by timed slides. So the whole idea is that we start at 7:10 and it's automatic all the way through up to the general evaluator. So why are we doing this? First of all, I think it's really important that we practice with PowerPoint because PowerPoint is used in business and presentations all the time and in conferences. I've seen stand-up comedians using it. So it's a really good idea to get in some practice with it. This is very important for me. Discipline of sticking to time. Goodness knows that I could do with a bit of this. So it's hopefully going to instill a little bit of that. I think by the end of the session, we'll all know exactly what 20 seconds feels like. I've also used PowerPoint to structure a speech. Sometimes I've used it without using it on stage, but I've used it to work out what I'm saying and to marshal my thoughts. But hopefully that'll come in useful for you. Getting out of the comfort zone. We're all struggling a little bit with ways to get out of their comfort zone because we're all so damn good. So this is going to be a way of doing that by combining our talents with technology. And this is the other thing. Demonstrate the possibilities of technology to the audience. I like to think of the audience maybe having to do presentations themselves or organize other people in presentations. And by doing this, we give them ideas. They say, I've got 6 presenters. How can I get them to stick to time? I'll do this. I'll make the slides automatic. Finally, of course, I'm a great believer in getting it wrong. And if you can't get it wrong in a friendly environment like early bird speakers and in a learning environment, the only other option is getting it wrong in real life. And that, my friends, is hideous. So let's not do it. Let's have a quick talk about what makes a good presentation. So a good presentation, I think, is using pictures rather than words. I'm speaking specifically about these PowerPoint presentations. If you have these ideas, make sure they are bold and clear on the slides. You want the slides to complement rather than distract from what you're saying. So I find quite often clip art is great, but if you zoom in and you make it fuzzy, you get the idea of whatever it is without actually having too much detail. Anyway, I'm digressing. Providing information that cannot be presented verbally. So that's charts, it's graphs, it's pictures of people. If you're quoting somebody, it's quite good to have that person's face up. Sometimes it's good to have their quote up as well. What is a bad presentation? Well, I think the last slide was a good example of bad presentation because that was pretty much me reading out the words and having too many words on the slide. That is a big no-no. Slides that are overcomplicated, too much detail, things that people can't see from the back. And when you don't present ideas clearly, it just muddies the water. You leave people confused and then they zone out. So let's talk a little bit about technical specifications or tech spec. Make the slides as unique and individual as you are. Okay, play around, experiment, play with builds. A build is this thing that I'm doing now when you've got these PowerPoints coming in, these bullet points coming in. Ding, ding, ding. That's a build. Layouts, so we've got the picture on the left-hand side here. Pictures, you can change the pictures, all that kind of thing. The only thing I'd ask you not to do is to change the size of the slides. That's set at a ratio of 4:3. And don't change the timings, obviously, which will be on your template. If you can't access the template or you have struggle with it, just do 20 slides and I will put the timings on for you. Not a problem at all. Email a link for me to your Dropbox or iCloud or other file sharing service. That's the best way to do it. If you pop one of these presentations on an email, it'll take forever to go through. So file sharing is best. To ianhawkins@live.com. I think that's it. Anything else? Technical support? I am here for you. I really want to help, whether it's talking about how to best use a slide or how to best do a build or anything else at all. Just drop me a line. ianhawkins@live.com or 07786 517 360. And once again, thank you so much for being part of this and for your enthusiasm. And I know you'll do a brilliant job and we'll all learn a lot from each other. So thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.